engineers who started to use Claude. It was everybody, including people like me who don't know how to write code. Because to use Claude Code, you didn't need to be a software developer. But that changed the way. But in March 2025, hybrid reasoning and web search got involved. And then in April, they launched Max Plan for unlimited power users. And in May 2025, Claude 4 dropped. And everybody started to take notice. But with the relentless execution of Claude team, where they launched Chrome, where they launched Opus 4.5, 4.6, you probably heard of Mythos, which is the best hacker in the world. It was so powerful. Claude Mythos was so powerful that Claude decided not to launch it because they realized if they launch Claude Mythos to the world, a lot of websites in the world will be hacked using it. So they didn't launch it. After 4.6, Claude Mythos was supposed to be 4.7 or 5. They didn't launch it. They gave it access to only very limited company with a new framework. And of course, there is something called as Cowork that also released. But in Feb, the movement completely flipped. Something political happened because of which 295% ChatGPT users uninstalled it. The number of one-star ratings surged, and Claude became the #1 app on the US App Store. And since then, Claude has been winning the AI race. In fact, though Claude launched much later than that of ChatGPT, as of April 2026, Claude, the Anthropic, the company that makes Claude, is actually making more revenue than that of OpenAI. So, what's been happening? Why am I saying all of this to you guys? The tool changed, and because the tool changed, the playbook bloody changed. So people, I believe, who learn Claude in 2026 will outwork, outright, outship everyone still running on autopilot. So I wanted to create this workshop because I could not find anything like this anywhere out there together. Of course, there's information like this scattered all over the internet, but nobody has put together something like this. And I wanted all our audiences to get a head start. So this workshop is your head start. This workshop should be your unfair advantage into winning the world of AI with Claude. Because if you do that, like I said, you will outwork, outright, and outship everybody else. This is an unfair advantage to start with, and that is the unfair advantage that I want to give. Now, a quick pro tip as we get started. If you know a thing or two, because I know you guys have, few of you have attended our programs before, workshops before, you guys are part of our paid programs, a lot of people in the call. Even if you know a thing or two, it is very common that a lot of people would know a lot of things. Stick around, because what I'm trying to do today is not just to teach you tools, but I'm trying to teach you today how I think. And that thinking, my friends, is evolving. And I want you guys to be part of me during this journey so that you're not just learning the tool, you're not just learning the process, but you're learning how to think with AI. Does that make sense? If it does make sense, drop in a heart so that I know we are aligned. We're going to go deeper into a lot of things. I'm going to share a lot of nuance. I'm going to share a lot of practical tips during this process so that you become a rock star when it comes to AI and Claude to get started. So here is what we're going to be learning today. Number one, we're going to be learning context engineering. I'm going to talk more about it very, very soon. We're going to learn how you can get AI to become your research intern. And for people who know what deep research is, don't worry. We're going to go deeper than that. Okay? It's insane what we're going to do today. 3, I'm going to teach you social research on autopilot, which is again something that most people have no freaking idea about. 4, I'm going to do data analysis using AI using 2 different methods, which is very, very cool again. Next, we're going to build presentations in minutes, again, using 2 different methods, but are going to be really powerful ways of doing this. Then we're going to do summarization at a very, very different scale. We're going to learn how to build websites without writing code, that too, with a completely free tool stack, something that you probably have never heard of before. And finally, I'm going to show you a job hunting way where you can automate very smart job hunting, all using AI while you sleep. And finally, last but not the least, there's a tool that I'll teach you, which led to a massive IT layoff and also led to erosion of billions of dollars worth of money in the stock market. That is the tool that I'm going to teach you how I use it every single day to autopilot, to basically automate a lot of things that I do on a every single day. Guys, does the menu today look good? Drop a boom in the chat. If you're excited about what you're going to learn, drop a boom in the chat so that I know all of you guys are with me today. And we will use a lot of Claude, and we also are going to use a lot of other tools as well today. Now, here's a quick heads up. There's going to be a lot of tools. There are going to be a lot of prompts that I'm going to use throughout the next 90 minutes. Here's the thing. One, there will be no recording. I hope you guys are clear about it. We will not be sharing recordings. If you're not focused, if you're not learning, that's on you. If that is the case, you might as well drop off from the call and chill, right? There will be no recording. That is one. Two, I will share links to all the tools and all the prompts that I'm using right now with you guys towards the end of the session after the Q&A. After the Q&A is done, we will have a Q&A towards the end. After the Q&A is done, we will share a document with links to all the tools and all the prompts inside of it for free. So don't ask me over and over again, what is the name of the tool and everything, because I'm going to share everything with you. In fact, Funny is going to share everything with you towards the end. No recordings. And of course, right, take notes if you can. Clear? Give me a thumbs up if that's clear. And these rules are not changing for anyone. Yes? Awesome. With that being said, let us get started, okay, with the first one. Folks, here's the thing. The first thing that I spoke about is that the first thing that I wanted to teach you guys was mastering the art of getting the best out of AI. What do I mean by that? You see, AI is quite powerful. It's the same AI tool that everybody has. But there's a reason why the kind of work that I'm able to get AI to do for me is very different to the kind of work that you are able to do. Because a lot of people don't understand how to get the best out of AI. And whenever I talk about something like this, most people think when it's about getting the best out of AI, you need to do prompting better. And you need to learn something called as prompt engineering. I don't think that is a wrong advice. That's absolutely a bang on advice. And we teach prompt engineering in all our programs as well. But here's the thing, because this is a workshop, I wanted to teach you something even more fundamental, but 99% people get it wrong. You know what? You cannot learn prompt engineering like the best unless you learn something even more important. And that thing that is even more important is called as context engineering. Take a note of it if this is the first time you're listening to this. Something that is even more important, because prompt engineering can get very complex very soon to get the best output. But before prompt engineering kicks in, you need to learn something called as context engineering, which will change the way you give outputs. And you know what? It's simpler than most people think. You see, prompt engineering is all about writing a better instruction so that AI can perform better. That is all prompt engineering is. And there are a lot of frameworks for that. If we just talk about prompt engineering, I could spend like 5 hours just talking about prompt engineering. But you know what? Context engineering is something different. And I want you guys to take a screenshot and put this as a wallpaper if you want to. But this is very important. Context engineering is all about giving AI everything a smart human would need to do the job. What do I mean by that? Let's say you want to do a task. You want AI to do a task. You have to think exactly like in a way that, hey, if I would have given it to a human to do the same bloody task, what is the information that I would have given the information that I would given the human? What is the context that I would given to the human being to do the same job? It's that art of crafting that information. And this time, instead of giving to a human, you give to an AI, and that's called context engineering. Giving AI everything a smart human would need to do the same job. Does it make sense, guys? While prompt engineering is just instructions, context engineering is giving everything a smart human would need to do the job. There's a reason why I'm repeating this over and over again, because I want you guys to understand